can see, I've now finished all of my seams across and up and down. And when you turn it around, you guys can see I've got lots of tails. We're going to be tucking those in at the end, but we are going to go ahead and get started with the border. So for the border, I'm using the same type of yarn, Caron Simply Soft, but I'm going to be using white because I think it looks nice. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by making a slip knot. Okay, so just like that. And then you're going to pick a corner. So I think I'm going to pick this corner here, and you're going to work with the nice side showing, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your slip knot and you're going to put it behind. Oops. You are going to take your hook, go ahead and pick one of those corner stitches. You're going to then put your hook through and then just pull through. So again, I'm not really much a fan of sewing, but I'm also not much a fan of tying knots. So this is just kind of a quick way to start, okay? And then just go ahead and let that tail fall. So I'm going to chain 2 like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a double crochet into that same stitch. Okay. All right, and we're gonna make kind of like a scalloped effect. So not quite like so Ruthly, but still looks nice. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to skip that next stitch. You're going to do a single crochet. Then you're going to skip, and then you're going to do 3 double crochets. And then we're just going to follow this pattern all the way across. So after you do those 3 double crochets, you're going to skip the next stitch, do a single crochet, skip the next stitch, and then do 3 double crochets. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to do a single crochet next. And then skip the next one, do 3 double crochets. So it gets a little tricky with like the seams and things, so just kind of use like your best guess. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, just as long as you're staying rather consistent. And again, if you couldn't tell, I'm grabbing both loops when I'm doing my single and double crochets. You don't have to. It's just a preference I usually do. This is what it's going to start to look like once you've completed the pattern across the end there. So now we're starting to get to the corner, so I did want to show you guys. So I just did my 3 double crochets, so I'm going to single, skip. Now, before I continue, if we continue the pattern, so if I do 3 double crochets here, and then I do a single crochet, then my double crochets aren't going to be exactly on the corner, okay? So this is where you guys have to give yourself permission to kind of wing it, all right? So trust yourself, do what looks best to you. Yeah, it's really, it's gonna be okay, I promise. All right, so, and that's why I'm glad that this is kind of how it ended up, because then I can show you. So here I'm gonna make the decision because I really want to try to get my double crochets over here. So I'm not gonna skip. I'm going to just do the next one. Oof. All right, I'm gonna do in the next one a single crochet. All right, but I am gonna skip for this next one. So I'm gonna wrap it around. Now for the ends, you want to do kind of like what you did for your granny squares. So you're gonna do 3 double, well, you guys did single crochets in the squares, but oh, this one doesn't have a lot of room. You're going, dear goodness, you're gonna do 3 doubles. Or 2, you know what, I think I'm actually gonna do 2, but you're more than welcome to do 3. I'm gonna chain, and then I'm gonna do, actually for this, and again, this just goes to show how you kind of have to listen to your work. the stitch that I went in is really, really tight. I'm actually going to do my next two in the one right beside it. If you can get it all in that same one, then I would do that. But if you can't, it's all right. There, see, that doesn't look too bad. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to continue our pattern. So we're going to skip, we're going to do a single crochet, skip, do 3 double crochets. So go ahead, you're going to do that all along this next side. Go ahead on the corners, whatever you did for this one, whether you did, you know, 6 total double crochets, whether you did 4 or 5, just try to mimic what you guys did. Again, you don't have to follow my pattern or what I'm doing. It really just, it matters more that you find what works for you, and then you just stay consistent with whatever that is, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Again, when you get to this side, do the corner, go down that side, do the corner, and then we will meet up again once we've finished all the way around. All right, so I have gone all the way around, and I just wanted to show you guys what I do for the very last corner. So if you remember, we started with 2 double crochets, so that's perfect. It's half of a corner. So I just finished with my single crochet. I'm gonna try to get them all kind of in that first loop that I started with. So I'm gonna wrap around, and I'm just gonna do 2 double crochets. I think that's from the slip knot that we started originally. So I'm gonna finish. All right, I'm gonna chain 1 because again, it is a corner and we want it pointy. And then I'm gonna do a slip stitch, a chain, cut it, pull. There we have it. So I flipped it over. As you can see, we have all these different tails. So since this is the back, and we just made it for our cats, so we're not really concerned with you know, what the back looks like. At least what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut most of these kind of close to where they are, just knowing that like you need to cut it close enough to the knot, so that way even if it does kind of go off, it's not crossing the edge, so you don't see it on the other side, if that makes sense. Just gonna go through and cut my knots. So really the only tails that you're gonna have to tuck in are the white ones from your border. And as you can see, remember how I said that the string is really slippery? Here's one of my knots that's coming undone. Oof. Sorry. So just kind of be careful about that. Okay, so here is where I started and ended my border. So I'm going to go ahead and just tuck in those ends. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna find some loopies, kind of push my hook through them. Again, I'm not really paying too much attention or care to which ones, just as long as it's through some of them. And then I'm gonna pull that tail through, maybe. There we go. And then I'm gonna do the same with my other end. Yeah, I might go the other way this time. That works. Okay, and then once you've got them through, you can go ahead and cut them, because you don't have to worry about them unraveling since they're tucked. Awesome. Awesome. We'll flip it back over. And there you have it. So it looks like I do have, that is one, I do remember that one got flipped. So that's the other thing, is just kind of make sure you've got no random tails. Actually, and I can see where it got flipped, so I'll just take, actually, I'll use this, will be a little easier. Maybe not. Oh yeah, no it is. Oof, where did it go? I think it just needs pulled through. Because I remember when it happened. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I'll just trim that up. Trim. There we go. Perfect. There you go. So hopefully your blanket looks really nice. If you have any questions at all on this tutorial, or really any of the other videos, so this is the last video of the kitty couch series. So again, if you have any questions, of course, leave a comment and I will do my best to either answer, or I can always make like a separate video to help show and explain things that were more complicated. If you did enjoy the series, please like the videos and also subscribe. So I'm really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers because that's one of the requirements to becoming a monetized channel, which for me, it would really help me out. So far, I'm working 3 jobs, especially with, you know, the virus and the shutdowns and everything. So I'm doing okay, but you know, I would love to be able to put forth more time to making videos. And right now I'm super busy with, you know, other things. So again, if I could hit those 1,000 subscribers, it would help a lot, and, you know, hopefully make it so I can do this more of a part-time or maybe even a full-time thing in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching and all of your support, and hopefully we will be making some more videos soon. I've put my blanket on the back of my couch, and this is actually the first couch that I made with some kind of wonky cushions. The one that I was showing you guys with, that was actually an order that I shipped out on Etsy not long after. So this does not look like the one in the YouTube tutorials because it is different. But there you go. So you can, if you want, you can just lay it like that. You can fold it over one of the armrests. There's all sorts of different things that you could do with it. But hopefully that helps. Hopefully your guys' look great. Again, if you have any questions at all, let me know, and hopefully we'll make more videos in the future.